trigger alert. Get your kids out of the room. We're going to have a conversation.
My son is 11 years old, and when he turns 14, I'm thinking about getting him a vasectomy.
Without further delay, let's play this.
I have a question that's going to flood my inbox, and I'm kind of going to regret it, but it's a conversation that needs to be started. My son is 11 years old, and when he turns 14, I'm thinking about getting him a vasectomy. Now, to other boy moms, is this something that you guys are thinking about? If not, why? Any pointers, questions, concerns that y'all may have that maybe I might not have thought about? Let me know.
Can I please start? You can do it one more time.
What's your thoughts on that?
Okay. Being a mother of a son, so she wants women's opinion who have children and who have a son. She's asking, has it ever crossed any of our minds to give our sons a vasectomy at 14 years old? To be honest with you, I was shocked and horrified.
Why are you shocked?
Because it's
like,
never...
I mean, when I say why are you shocked, I mean not stating the obvious, but why are you shocked?
That's never crossed my mind. And
that's you.
It's shocking to hear it even from someone else, that
Fair
it will
enough.
cross your mind and you believe that this is sane and makes sense and is the right thing to do.
Yeah.
That's what's very scary, that this is your mindset and you honestly feel that that is needed for a 14-year-old boy to have a vasectomy when he probably...
Needed, or it's what she wants?
Of course it's what she wants, but she feels the need that it's needed.
Let's talk about poor leadership and mentoring of our women today. It's almost like the blind leading the blind.
Mm-hmm.
Bad advice. Elders leading their offspring astray.
Yep.
Kids raising kids. And also arrested development.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. Our elders, I don't know how old she is.
She looks, I'm going to say her late 30s.
And we will tag that video as well, so you can see it for the people that's listening on the podcast. People that can see it on YouTube, you're going to see it. You tell us what you think. I'm not going to speculate how old she is. I don't care.
I don't think it matters, yeah.
I don't care.
Exactly.
The blind leading the blind. And if this is the mentality of our elder women, now when I say elder women, I don't mean as old. I mean women that's old in the dating game, as far as anyone that's 30 and above. You mean to say you have a 14-year-old son?
He's not even 14 yet.
Whatever. 14. He's below a certain age. He's a child.
Yeah.
You want to cut off his supply of a family later on in life.
Thank you.
That's poor leadership. The sad part about it is it happens so much more in the black community. And what I mean by that is the son husbands.
Yep.
Now, we have arrested development. In the black community, we have so much effed up stuff going on that we need to figure out. But we all, look, I'm not going to say that it's just a black thing, but we have the son husband problem going on in our community hard.
Hard, yes.
We have to be honest about that. Listeners, put in the comments if you know what I'm saying. Put in the comments if you've had a similar experience. With this woman, yes, I know she's the extreme. She's the extreme version going with the whole vasectomy of her son. And then she wants attention by saying, yeah, I know I'm going to get whatever from saying whatever, blah, 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 right? I get it. But what I'm saying is that, come on, man, you want attention from what you're saying? And also, you really going to do that to your son?
Nah, she can't be being serious. And do you know what's sad about it is
She was.
She probably was.
Probably she was, or she wouldn't have posted it. She was big and bold. You see what I'm saying? And when I say the son husband, my note was the son husband. The mother gets a man around the house, so she gets masculine energy.
Mm-hmm.
A man that will love them unconditionally. They don't need to be a good wife because she knows deep down she's going to be a terrible wife. She knows she can't maintain a man post beat.
Mm-hmm. She already knows that she's messed up her life.
Yes.
And she doesn't want to be lonely. This was at the end of my notes, but it doesn't matter. She knows that she's going to be lonely if her son leaves that house. So for me, I think that she's putting things in place for the future, for her future, and what she wants in regards to her son.
Yeah.
And his future.
Is an insurance policy.
Yeah. So she's putting things in place. And it's really disgusting to me that some women will actually do these things. Some women are a bit like, as in, they're not fully aware of some of the things that they do. And some women know full well what they're doing.
She knows what she's doing.
She knows for you to go as far as vasectomy, you know what you're doing.
She's not firing on all cylinders.
No.
From the obvious, but what I'm saying is she's aware. She wants attention by when she's posting what she's posting to get attention from people, from people, and responses from people. But what I'm saying is that this is your son, man. Because you may have had a problem with the father, you want to take it out on the son. He's your insurance policy. A lot of black mothers in our community, they have a disconnect with their daughters.
Yep.
And they have a bad connection with their son, but they use the son, but see him as disposable as far as he's my insurance ticket.
Yeah.
He's my lottery ticket. So because I know I can't maintain no man, you see later on in life, you see when I'm 60, 70 and I need somewhere to live, I need a man to cater, to do X, Y, Z. He's that son husband.
Yeah.
So in that situation, for example, that son brings home a woman. What do you think of this woman, mum?
Funny,
I don't like her.
I knew you was gonna say that, and it's in my notes as well. Yeah. And that's 100% true.
Yeah.
He will. First of all, she's thinking about his future, but in a negative way and for her own benefit. She's not thinking about his future. He's not even 14 years old, and she's already pre-booking what she wants to do when he reaches 14. And when
he's not even at legal. Okay.
Exactly.
She sounds American to me.
She's American, yeah.
I'm assuming the legal age is, let's just say between 16 we're in the UK. London in the house.
Hey.
And in America, I'm sure the legal age is 16, depends on the state, but it's like 16 to 18 to 21.
I think alcohol was 21.
Look how many years, but the point is this, look how many years from 14 to 21 to be sexually active. Look how many years
allowed to be.
Look how many years that boy has
ahead of
and
him.
she's already pre-booking certain things. That's like, okay, would the roles be different if she had a daughter and she's saying, I'm getting her tubes tied, or I'm going to take out her womb so she can't have no kids. The reason why if she had a daughter, and she wouldn't say that about the daughter because she knows she's going to get backlash. People don't care about men nowadays.
No.
Even though that son that's 14, he's a little boy, he's still a male. And they don't care. And it's like, these are our leaders. She wants to know what people think.
Really?
This is the extreme. The vasectomy. Now, I'm not going to be nasty. I'm going to speak my opinion nicely and maybe a little bit politically correct. But I just think it's an effed up situation. They're so selfish.
Yep.
Why don't you work on being a good woman? Why don't you work on being submissive, attentive, peaceful, domesticated, feminine? See, I hope those women took notes.
Hopefully.
In those bullet points that I just said. Why don't you work on being that? She knows she can't keep a man. Yep. So then she might have issues with that boy's father and say, you know what? I'm going to have him forever because I know I can't keep a man. I know later on in life, I'm going to struggle.
Yeah, she's spiteful.
Selfish.
She's being selfish. Exactly. Said it right out of my mouth. She's selfish. She really is. He's not even 14 years old. So he needs her guidance. He needs her help. He needs her good judgment, which she clearly doesn't have. And she, like I said before, is pre-booking doing something that is going to change his life for the rest of his life.
That will F him up.
Like you said earlier, he will bring home a woman. This is my girl. Hey, mom, this is my girlfriend. She pull him to the side. What's going on, son?
No, you know what's funny? She might run the trick at first. Yeah, I like her. She's cool, rare. The girlfriend come around a couple of times. She done this. She done that.
She
and
cut her eye at me.
You tried to plant the seed of doubt.
Exactly.
Before you know it, the son's saying, "I've got this this loyalty, this blind. Let me call it blind loyalty to his mother."
Yeah.
And he goes, "You know what? Because I know, because he got this he hasn't cut the umbilical cord, and he has the blind loyalty. So mother says whatever, then he goes, you know what? Subconsciously, he might think, you know what? This might be unconscious. He might say, you know what? I'm going to start argument with that woman because my mom doesn't like you. And I know this. So then I'm going to leave you to please my mother and not realize that because he's conditioning. He's hardwiring, might say something different. But because he's being raised as a son husband, he just knows to please mommy. Mommy's his girlfriend. Mommy doesn't need sexual experiences because that will be incest. That's not how it works. In some sick cases, it does work that way.
Exactly.
But I'm saying mommy's not going to typically do that. That's an extreme case. Mommy's not going to have that physical relationship with her son as far as, you know, romantic. But then she's a woman. Women don't care about stuff like that. Men do. So her needs are going to be met through his masculinity, him being around. Oh, son, I need this. You know, can you get this for me? So she gets that masculine energy.
Yes. If she was to actually go to therapy, sort out her issues, because she clearly has some. She has arrested development.
Let's talk about, sorry to stop you. Let's talk about mental sickness. You said go to therapy. Now, I have to interject on that point. And I agree with you. Therapy is needed. A lot of people have PTSD. I get it. But then mental sickness, someone might look like they're well. They're all good. They're firing on all cylinders. They don't believe that there's a problem. So then why are they going to therapy to figure their stuff out when they're unaware? It's different to physical when you're sneezing. If you're sick, when certain times, right? If you're sick, it's obvious. I'm sick. My nose is running. I'm sneezing. Blah, blah, blah. All kind of issues. I'm limping. It's obvious.
The reason why I said that is because she has obviously posted that video and she's asked for other people's opinions on what she said. So that's why I mentioned therapy.
Yeah, I know.
I will still mention it anyway, even if she didn't post that. But therapy is very much needed. You clearly have problems that you need to resolve.
Yeah.
You probably have your own daddy issues and certain things that you've been through.
Yeah.
And you haven't figured it out yet. In regards to relationships, she needs to find her own relationship and stop stumping your
So let me jump on this point then. If she had a man, I'll ask you a question. If she had a man, do you think she'll be talking the same kind of talk?
No.
The same crap?
No.
But she knows she can't maintain one.
She's busy. Her husband's keeping her busy. Her boyfriend's keeping her busy. She's not going to be thinking. And the freaks. We ain't talking about the dude's keeping her busy in the bedroom all the time. No.
We're talking about he's giving her purpose.
Exactly. She ain't going to have time to think about stupidness like that. And she would, for me, wouldn't you want your son to have a future?
A lot of mothers.
I want my son to have a legacy.
No, but a lot of mothers be like, I can't wait for my son to have grandkids. And I know from a female's perspective that it's hard to let go of those strings. It's hard to cut those strings and let your son go because he's the baby and I need him to stay. And I know it's hard.
It is. Being a mum, it is very hard to cut them strings. Of course it is. I love my kids. I would never want them to leave me, but I have to be... you know,
mommy has a life too.
Exactly.
Isn't that what the woman said in Baby Boy?
Yeah, mama has a life too.
And she ain't
Jodie,
Jody kick rocks, get out.
Jody.
Because my man goes, that's my woman. Vin Rams goes, that's my woman.
It's not your, exactly. And what situation was that?
Man had some Oedipus complex, boy.
Listen.
Oh,
that fits
man.
perfectly because what was happening in that movie, if you've watched it, I'm sure you know. But back to the lady, it's just really concerning that she would actually think about doing that. Like I said, I've never thought of doing that. I don't see why I would.
That's you though.
It is me. The only way I would ever do such a thing is if it's a life and death situation, and if he didn't do it, he's literally gonna die.
What situation would he be in to be in that situation?
I can't think of one. The same way I can't think of a reason why I'd want to do that.
I think she's selfish. Look,
very much.
Again, I don't want to be mean. I'm just going to be vague. But
it's
people
being honest.
Put in the comments. I'm being honest. I'm saying some of my thoughts. I think she's selfish. I think particularly a lot of mothers have that son-husband relationship. It's very strong in the black community.
It is. Why is your sons still in your house in their 30s?
And they don't mind them there.
Exactly. Because you've
company.
now turned them into your house.
Yeah, it's
son,
company.
Husband.
It's the masculine energy. The only thing missing is the sexual activity. That's the only thing missing when you're not going to do that with your own parents because it's incest. Some people do it, but for the most part, that's the extremes, the ones that do it. But what I'm saying is that she wants to ensure he's an insurance policy. So later on in life, it's a thing of, you know what? I'm not by myself. I have company.
Exactly.
I get masculine energy, things that I may need. She goes shopping with him. He drops her to the doctor's appointments. He pays for this. He pays her bills. He moves out.
Basically, what your husband would do.
Any girlfriends that he may have, she for some reason, miraculously, she don't like any of them. All women that they bring, all women that son brings around is, and she ain't done nothing. Then they start arguments. They be disrespectful. I remember watching a post on Instagram, and the mother, the daughter typically drives. She it's her car. Remember that post? I don't know if you remember. Let me
I
say.
think I do.
It's her car. The boyfriend was picking up his mom.
Oh yeah.
The daughter usually rides shotgun.
Yeah.
That's his girlfriend. The daughter's his girlfriend.
And it's her car.
And then he's conflicted between mommy and his girlfriend. And his girlfriend's like, it's my car. What we talking about? Mommy's like, I ain't moving. Yada, yada, yada. Mommy's being disrespectful. Mommy should know her place. And then you're going to have many fools. It's my mom. If you say to someone, it's your mom, whatever about your mom, that's my mom. What are you talking about? Rare. Come on, man. That's arrested development, first of all. And you got some Oedipus complex. You got some mommy boy, son, husband complex and not realize it. That's what I said to you before about mental sickness. Some people are unaware because there's no physical signs. Their nose ain't running. Their eyes ain't red. They ain't no, you know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. But I just think in this situation, especially in our community, that's something we need to work on. Our women, 80% of the time, leave the relationship.
Yeah.
And then they cry later on.
Thank you. Why are you leaving your relationship when, if you're honest, there wasn't really a problem with him? It's just that you wanted to jump back on the carousel wheel.
No, because they had options. Because they had simps, options, dudes that wanted to smash but never stayed. Then one of those dudes hanged around, breeded you up, gave you a son, gave you some children. You have a disconnect to the daughter, but you're not really 100 with the son. You just use him as an insurance policy. Then you have a son. Then you use him. You don't like the father. I'm gonna take out on the kids. That's how that cycle goes round. That's my thoughts on that. Obviously, there's more to it, but I'm just giving you a snippet of where I'm at with this situation. I just think it's pathetic, horrible. She's
willing to throw her son literally under the bus. She's willing to destroy his future because
his future family, offspring. Yeah,
women want children for the most part.
Yeah,
and if he's unable to give you a child, and
give you a child, you mean grandkids? You make it sound like she's the girlfriend.
No, I'm talking about a girlfriend.
You mean. I was just clarifying. I'm being facetious, man. You know what I mean? God.
Yes. If he's unable to do that, and the only reason why he's unable is because his mum gave him a vasectomy for no goddamn reason.
Mm-hmm.
That's, come on, man.
Sometimes men need to realize your mothers are not what they claim to be.
But they're not angels.
They're not those angels that they claim to be. Understand that situation. Sometimes you need to realize that my father wasn't around. Why wasn't he around? The only information you know of your father is through your mother. But when you check it logically, it's like, hold on a second. You start linking up with your daddy. He was trying to find you. Your daddy never paid bills. Your daddy never this. Your daddy never that. You meet up with your daddy. Hold up a second. This dude kept all the receipts. He kept all the invoices. He kept all these things. I bought you clothes. Mommy was saying, I can't see you unless I pay. I paid and I still never got to see you. Listen, she's not that
you thought she was. Yeah.
Facts.
It's a hard lesson.
Facts.
Not a lesson. It
is a lesson.
It is a lesson.
It's a lesson.
Yes.
It's not a loss, but it is a lesson.
It's a lesson, yes. I was saying it's a hard pill to take for some guys, but it's true. If your mum is showing signs of just like the things you mentioned,
you say someone's showing signs, but those people tend to be emotional. When you're emotional, your judgment is clouded because your feelings based. You can't see through the fog. That's what I'm saying, and I can understand that. I'm just saying to you, as you get older, you start to come to the realization, this paradise that I was living on, this nice island that I was living on, wasn't so nice.
Yeah.
It is what it is. I understand that. They know if they have when those women have a daughter, those daughters are typically going to get with a man. They're going to have kids. Those mothers know I can't run the same crap because the daughters become aware they're females. I know what you're doing. And they know those women are going to go away, have their own families, have their own kids, and they're going to put their effort into those kids. The man's very different. And these women are very manipulative. They know what they're doing. Just like this woman in this video. She knows exactly what she's doing, and she's trying to manipulate her son into playing him where she wants him to be.
Yep.
Is it checkers or chess? How's it go? How's the saying go? Checkers or chess? Some shit like that.
I don't know.
She's playing a game with her son's life. That's the bottom line, what I'm trying to make. It is what it is. That's my thoughts on it. What do you think? Audience, what do you think? You say what you think, we close out.
She's a toxic mum. And I'm not trying to be rude or disrespectful or anything of the sort, but she is being a toxic mum.
Listen, big. Sorry.
She's irresponsible and she's pretty much like a narcissist. That's what she is. And like I said before, it's really unfortunate that you have a child or you have a son and this is what you're pushing his future to be. Is to be with you forever. If you got your SHIT together from the beginning and you done the right things, then you would have a man to do all the things that she wants him to do. Yeah. And he can go on, get on with his life, find a girlfriend, have children, and think about his future. But she's so selfish that she's taken his future, ripping it right from underneath him just for her own selfish needs.
She thought she can cash out.
You're going to cash out with your son. Yeah. Think about it.
She thought she can cash out because she knew deep down.
You know, when you're older and you book your grave.
Yeah.
You buy your plot. Yeah. You buy your plot. You usually buy it for yourself and your husband.
She wants to be buried beside her son.
She wants her son to be buried on top of her.
She knew keeping a man, maintaining a man was work. She didn't want to put in that work. She knew that I have to be fit, feminine, friendly, domesticated, peaceful. The list goes on, yada, yada, yada. These things I'm saying are very simple. She wasn't willing to put in that work. She looks at other women, envy them because she's a hater. And then she says, you know what? Why I put in that work? I don't have to. I just have a son. I don't like his father. I manipulate him. He's my insurance policy. That's how it worked for her. I think it's effed up. And I think in our community, we need to work on this whole mommy, son, husband relationship, this whole Oedipus complex, this whole baby boy situation. A lot of men need to wise up. A lot of men They want to leave their mummy's house. They're 40 years old, still at home with mummy. They want to leave, but something's holding them back. Ball and chain.
Mm-hmm.
That's my final thoughts.
The cord is still well and truly attached.
Cut the cord.
Who's gonna cut it?
Listen.
The mum is not cutting that cord. She's holding on to that tight.
Put in the comments if you know what we're talking about.
Please do. And also subscribe, like,
subscribe,
comment, share our content. Please
and for
share
the people listening on the podcast, we will definitely tag that video for you so you can watch it. People on YouTube, you've seen it. Give us your thoughts.
Yep.
I'm S.Banks TV.
And I'm JD Network.
Peace.
Peace.
We out.